Hi guys, DeFi Ted here, going through Ruler Protocol. So we're going to run through how to be a borrower first up, and just before we do that, we'll just run through the main screen and kind of what everything kind of means quickly. So we'll use Wrap Bitcoin as the example here. So if you want to be a lender, what you're looking at here is the mint ratio. So the mint ratio here is how many RC tokens and RR tokens will be minted per Bitcoin. So this is, and each RC and RR token should be representative of one, to the value of one DAI. So the collateral factor would be represented with the current price of around 50%, so 50% LTV or collateral ratio. Repayment token will be DAI, and this is your expiry date. So this is when you need to repay by, and your borrow rate. So just to give you kind of an understanding about how the borrow rate works. So the borrow rate currently is driven via a mechanism of just discount in the market. So right now the RC token that you mint for the mint ratio is trading at a slight discount. And when you sell your RC token into the curve pool, you will actually receive back less DAI than there is the amount of RC tokens, and that discount is representative of the interest. So it's a fixed amount of interest taken from the start that you need to make up to come and get your collateral back. Depending on the size of the trade as well, means there may be slippage, which means it could increase the rate. And I'll show you what that means in the example, because I'm effectively going to do that. So we're going to use the RGT token. Right now it's trading at $14.46. Strike price, I can get $4 per RGT token at a rate of 25.67%. And the beauty of Ruler Protocol is obviously that I don't have to worry about liquidations. As long as, for me as a borrower, it's advantageous, as long as that price is above $4, I'm going to come back and repay the loan to get my collateral back, because it'd be uneconomical for me not to do so. So the strike price is kind of the, I guess the incentive point. The mint ratio is the incentive point of where it becomes economical or not for the borrower to come back, and that is the risk that the lender is taking on. And because that risk is now on the lender, they get to kind of set the rate as to what the risk is on that lend. So we're going to go in and borrow against our RGT token. So just to show you, before you lend anything or you've interacted with the protocol, you're only going to have the options to borrow, lend, or deposit. We'll come to the other two at another video. So all you need to do is put the amount of tokens that you want to lend against. So I'm going to put in 500, and that's going to give me a quote on my borrow. So I should expect at a 1-to-1 ratio, $4 per RGT to get 2,000 RR tokens and RC tokens for 500 RGT tokens at $4 each. Now, because we're selling that into the pool for you at the point of transaction, we're actually going to give you the DAI when you go to borrow. So the RC tokens are traded into the curve pool, and you receive back $1,967.37 in DAI, and that is effectively with your interest taken out. Now, the annualized interest rate is going to be 26.03%, which is a slight difference from what's quoted. And as I mentioned, that's because that's with, if you do invoke slippage, you will actually increase the rate slightly. So just remember that. But also it is fixed. So I only owe $32.63 in DAI on top of the DAI I'm lending out before the expiry, and I can have my RGT back. So let's go ahead and borrow against it. Okay, so we're just waiting for that to confirm. Hopefully we'll have, as I said, L2 solution for you guys soon. I'm not sure what that looks like straight away, but hopefully that's something we can share with you guys in the not too distant future. So that's now confirmed. Just remember to take your gas costs into account, and you can see that I've actually borrowed the 2,000. I already had 5 die there, so it's I've now been able to do my lend, and I've now got the die in my wallet. So that's it. That's how to borrow. So all I need to do now is to recover my full position of RGT tokens that are currently staked. I need to come back and pay back the DAI plus the RR token. So if I go to do a repay, it'll say I have available 2,004.85 RR tokens, and I'll need to have that same amount of either RC tokens or DAI. Now, the one tip I will say is that if you are not using the DAI for the full term, and only for a very small part, a week or 2 weeks, and particularly towards the start, I would suggest going and buying the RC tokens, which you can do here by trading, and that will take you to the swaps page, and matching that for your RR tokens to get what they call an unwrap. So a new text box would be here if you had the RC tokens there to allow you to unwrap that. And that may actually effectively be cheaper, because while there's a discount still on those RC tokens at that point in time, you're effectively kind of shaving off some of the rate that you would have paid in that period as well. So that's my tip. Don't just go back and repay completely in DAI. Have a look at the market and see what your best option is. But that's it. That's simple. In the next video, what I'll actually go through is the borrowing. We'll actually repay the loan, and we'll become a lender, and then show you how to finally use the deposit function to become a liquidity provider and jump into the farms.